Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is February 19th, 2018, and today is Monday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, coming out of United Kingdom, Bank of England's Governor Carney will be speaking, and that's going to be at 8:45 South African time, so just be aware of it. But please note that U.S. markets are closed today in observance of President's Days, so there won't be any trading on the stock market. Okay, so most of the US stocks that are listed on the system will not be trading today, and some of the commodities and indices will be affected. So there was a mailer that went out with the holiday schedule season, so just be aware of it as it's going to be affected today. But let's see what's been happening in the market. So we're jumping straight into the EURUSD, and as of Thursday to Friday, we made all-time highs on the EURUSD of 125.47-ish, and then we nosedive to 124.12-ish. So that's indicative of this type of environment that we've been in. Okay, it has been kind of choppy, and as you can see on a daily chart, it almost looks like a double top here, a triple top, very reminiscent of this rally, and then retracement, rally, and retracement. So altogether, we're having a little bit of an issue going above this 125-ish level, as you can see here. And, this is indicative of this type of, kind of choppy trading as the direction of the Euro USD and the direction of the Dow Jones in general has been taking. So just be aware of this later today. Maybe we'll get a bounce, okay? But we may have a up and down, upside down, excuse me, head and shoulders here. As you can see, this is one formation of the shoulder. This would be the head. And as we come here, we're making the second shoulder, which would be a bullish pattern. Okay, so just be aware of that, as this can, continue going up on its trend line and getting back up above this 125.50-ish level. Looking at the GBPUSD, also retracing, but as you can see here, the GBPUSD is not at 143 like the EURUSD is at all-time highs. It's further down. It's at 141. So that could be an effect, something that it's showing us that it's lagging. It's a little bit less strong against the dollar versus the euro versus the dollar. So just be aware of that. So we may have, if we do sell off, we may have a sharper sell-off in the GBP/USD. Now looking at the USD/ZAR, just hanging out here at support on 165-ish level right here, and we're looking at a weekly chart. As you can see, we broke this 172-ish level, but it looks like it's firming up here. Okay, so just if you are shorted, just make sure that you do have stop losses here, as the rand has gotten much stronger versus the dollar. Looking at the Aussie USD, also a correction here, as we had this nice rally last week, but ever so slightly. Okay, so it seems like the dollar is going to continue getting weaker versus, the major currencies across the board. USD Japanese yen still on its bottom here at 106-ish level. The question is are we going to just bounce a little bit here and then further decline to 105? So let's see if that creates later today. Looking at gold, we retraced back from 1359-ish level down to 1347, as you can see here. So it's been a little bit of a choppy market right here, as it looks like it's making this double top of 1360, not having the resilience to continue above 1366 and then some. So, albeit that gold had a decent rally from 1315-ish level, it's still not, trending upwards. It's basically trading in a range and hasn't broken that upper range. So looking at oil as well, we had a nice rally towards the end of last week, and this was really a nice bounce, a perfect bounce off of a support level, previous resistance, and that was really, a really perfect trade. I mean, it can't get better than that. $4 off, of 58.93. So at this stage, you're right in the middle of these extremities. Okay, if you did buy it, then I would unload a little bit here as the week progresses. So it could continue going back up. It's a tug of war between the Middle East and the United States as where the price of oil should be. The US is trying to push it to be down so that it puts inflation in check and strengthens the dollar, but obviously the more expensive the price of oil is, the more money that the Middle East can actually bring in. So so it's been a tug of war from 38 to 62 that we've seen it rally, but it's going to be trading, I think, in this range between 64 and $58 a barrel. So keep an eye on that as well. Looking at the Dow Jones from last week, just to mention it here, 25,308. Although it won't be trading today, just be aware that it had a beautiful rally and we closed above 25,000. So, with all the debacle that we had from just last week, as you can see here on a 4-hour chart. I mean, that's how short it is. We're only about 1,300 points off of our all-time highs. So, with that said, the markets are still strong and it's showing us some resilience on the upside. I wouldn't have wanted to come back up as quickly because that showed that it was too resilient. And this shows that there's a little bit of trepidation, and so we may have another correction in the market as the months follow. Okay, so that's something to keep an eye on as we continue. JSC very strong here at 52,188, as you can see here, and slowly getting back to or closing in on our all-time highs as we gapped up and rallied further. So I'd like to see a continuation of that this week to see if we, come closer to the higher upper range of the JSE. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.